Hello students, in this video we will know about the methods of sampling. Dear students, there are 6 methods of sampling by which investigator can choose sample from population, and these 6 methods are random sampling, purposive sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling, quota sampling and convenience sampling. First of all, we will introduce with the random sampling. Dear students, random sampling is that method of sampling in which each and every item of the universe has equal chance of being selected in the sample. In other words, we can say that there is an equal probability for every item of the universe being selected in the sample. Random sampling can be done by two ways. First is lottery method and second is table of random number. In the methods of lottery method, paper slips are made for each item of the universe and these slips are shuffled in a box. Then impartially some of these slips are drawn to form a sample of the universe. And according to table of random numbers, dear students, some statisticians have prepared a set of tables called tables of random numbers. For the use of this method, all numbers of the universe are firstly arranged in an order. Then, using table, the required number of items are selected as are needed for a sample. Dear students, there are some merits as well as demerits also about that method. Like as this method is free from personal bias of the investigator, and each and every item of the universe stands equal chance of being selected. So these are the merits of random sampling method. But random sampling does not give weightage to certain important items in the universe, and that is the demerit of that method. Dear students, next is purposive sampling. Purposive sampling is that method in which the investigator himself makes the choice of the sample items which in his opinion are the best representative of the universe. This method of sampling is specially suitable when some of the items in the universe are of special significance to be included in the sample. For example, if an investigation is to be made relating to the iron and steel industry in India, then the inclusion of such industries as the Tata Iron and Steel Company is obviously a purposive selection. Students, this method is flexible to allow the inclusion of those items in the sample which are of special significance, and it is a very simple technique of selection of the sample items. So these are the merits of that method, but there are some demerits also about that method, like as there is a possibility of personal bias in the selection of items, and because of the possibility of personal bias, reliability of these results become doubtful. Next is stratified sampling. This method of sampling is generally adopted when population consists of different groups with different characteristics. Dear students, when there are different characteristics units in a population, then only stratified sampling can be used here. For example, like as there is a population in which students of art stream, students of commerce stream, students from medical and non-medical are included. So, first of all, investigator make the different groups of the population according to different characteristics of the units. Like as in first group, he take the students of art stream, and in second group, he take the students of commerce stream. Then he take the students of medical stream in another group, and then in another group he make the another group with the students of non-medical. Then he take the units from every group as an sample. Then he take some units from every group so that he can take a sample which totally represent all the characteristics of the population. Dear students, stratified sampling is also called mixed technique of sampling because this method involves the mixture of both purposive sampling and random sampling. The division of population into different groups is purposively done, and while selection of the items is done by randomly. Dear students, there are also some merits and demerits of that method. Like as this method covers diverse characteristics of the population, and this method of sampling offers reliable as well as meaningful results. So these are the merits of that method. But there are some demerits of that method also, like as in this method, when there is a complete knowledge about the diverse characteristics of the population, only then investigator can use that method. But if he has no knowledge about the different characteristics of the unit of the population, then it is useless for the investigator. We can understand it with this example also. There are three groups of population: pink group, purple group and blue group. Investigator take the sample from every group, like as one unit from pink group, one from purple and one from blue, so that he can take a sample which represent all the population. Next is systematic sampling. According to this method, units of the population are numerically, geographically and alphabetically arranged. After that, every nth item of the numbered item is selected as sample item. Like as firstly in this peak, investigator arranges the population in the form of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Then he take the first item randomly. Suppose first item is second number, and then every second number is selected as an sample, like as first, second, then after second, then after second, then after second. Then every second item will be chosen as sample. There is another example in which every third item is included as sample. Dear students, this is a very simple method. Sample is easily determined and there is hardly any possibility of personal bias in this method. So these are the merits of that method. But as well as there are some demerits of that method also, like as every item in the population does not get equal chance of being selected because only the first number is selected on the basis of random sampling. And another is that if all the items in the population are homogeneous, then it becomes impossible to use that method. Next is quota sampling. In this method, the population is divided into different groups or classes according to different characteristics of the population, and some percentage of different groups in total population is fixed. Further, some quota of the items to be selected as sample item is fixed for each group. The investigator selects the fixed number of the items from each group from a sample. This method of sampling is not very expensive, but there is a high possibility of personal bias at the time of selection of the item by the investigator. Accordingly, the reliability of results become questionable. And next is convenience sampling. In this method, sampling is done by the investigator in such a manner that suit his convenience. For example, an investigator may select a sample of teachers merely by referring to a college prospect. This method is the simplest and least expensive, but unscientific and unreliable. So students, these are the methods of sampling by which investigator can choose sample from population. Thank you students. Goodbye.